In Griffin, Georgia, a small, quiet town in the heart of the South, life moves slowly. People go to work, children play in front yards, neighbors wave across fences. It's a place where tragedies feel far away. But on one warm summer day, a little girl made a call that would shake the town to its core. A family of 4, a mother, a stepfather, and 2 daughters, suddenly torn apart by something no one expected. This is Protagonist Family Tragedy. No one will ever forget. It was on July 8th, 2:43 p.m. Dispatcher picks up and hears the trembling voice of a child. "Please come. Mommy won't wake up. There's blood. I'm scared." She was only 6 years old, alone in the house, standing over something no child should ever see. The dispatcher tells her to lock herself in a room. Stay calm, help is coming. Officers arrive at the house on South Pine Street within minutes. They walk through the front door, eyes scanning, hearts racing. What they found was worse than anyone had imagined. Sharon Miller, mother of 2, lay motionless on the floor. Beneath her head, wounds across her chest. A few feet away, her husband, Marcus, face down, deep cuts on his back, and unmoving too. Both were gone. But the Savannah, their 17-year-old daughter, was missing. Her room was empty, the phone gone. Rossi's school bag missing. And written on the kitchen wall in black marker were 3 haunting words. They deserved it. The little sister was rescued, carried gently from the home, wrapped in a police blanket. But Savannah was nowhere to be found. Was she taken? Was she hiding? Or was she the one who did this? The house was still. Too still. But it spoke loudly. Blood on the floor. A broken lamp. A chair knocked over. It was clear. This was not quick. Not silent. Not painless. Sharon had wounds across her body, deep and deliberate, as if someone was angry or desperate. Marcus had been attacked from behind, then struck again while on the floor. In the kitchen sink was a large butcher knife, stained. It matched the victim's injuries, and only one fingerprint was on it. The back door had been left open. Small, muddy footprints led into the trees. It didn't look like someone escaping in fear. It looked like someone walking away, calmly, quietly. On her bed, neatly folded pajamas, her phone charger missing, her notebook, torn pages. The scene didn't scream panic. It itably whispered control. That's when officers knew they weren't looking for a missing person. They were looking for a suspect. A 17-year-old girl who might have just murdered her entire family. Savannah Miller, 17 years old, high school senior. Just a few months away from graduation, a girl with dreams, maybe, definitely. To most, she was quiet, polite, the kind of teen who slipped in and out of rooms without anyone noticing. But inside, something was breaking. At Griffin High School, teachers knew her by name, but not by heart. One described her as present, but emotionally distant. She rarely raised her hand, sat in the back, wrote in her notebooks, always in cursive. Her poems were dark, soft, full of metaphors about cages and broken wings. On Instagram, she once posted a selfie, captioned, "Trapped in a story I didn't write." Most people scrolled past, thought she was being dramatic, but maybe she was warning the world. Sue lived with her mom, Sharon, her stepfather, Marcus, and her little sister. Her father had left when she was small. Marcus entered the picture when she was 9. Friends say she never called him Dad, only Marcus. He was strict, very strict. One neighbor reported hearing arguments almost every weekend. Another told police she once ran into the yard barefoot, crying, just crying. No school complaints, but pain doesn't always leave a paper trail. Savannah began to change. Her grades dropped. She stopped attending choir, deleted half her social media, her search history, haunting. How to disappear at 17? How long do fingerprints last on a knife? Can emotional abuse cause someone to snap? One night, she wrote in her diary, "I am not angry. I am hollow, and hollow things are dangerous." That page was found in a crumpled ball beneath her bed. Her mother, Sharon, worked long shifts at the hospital, trying to keep things together. But some say she sided with Marcus too often. Friends said Savannah felt forgotten. One message she sent to a classmate read, "It's like she traded me for him." Was Savannah crying out for help, or was she preparing to hurt the people she thought had hurt her first? In Savannah's backpack, police found a note, half finished, folded in a diary page. It read, "This wasn't supposed to happen this way. I just wanted them to listen. Investigators believe she'd been planning something for weeks, not murder, maybe just escape. But something snapped, and when it did, she didn't run away. She turned around." Who is Savannah Miller? A teenage girl abandoned by the people who should have protected her. A child walking around with wounds no one could see. Or a cold-hearted killer who left her little sister alive just to witness the aftermath. There are no easy answers. No clear story. Only this: 2 people are dead, a town is shattered, and Savannah was still missing. The town of Griffin was on edge. Parents locked their doors, news vans parked on every corner. A teenager, covered in blood, missing after her parents were murdered. Where was she? Police started searching the wooded area behind the house. Dogs picked up her scent, a trail of flattened grass, candy wrappers, a footprint in the mud. They believed she was on foot, carrying a small backpack, heading toward the interstate. Helicopters flew overhead. Volunteers joined in. People whispered, "Is she scared? Or is she planning her next move?" 36 hours later, a tip came in. A gas station clerk in a nearby town called 911 said a girl walked in. Dirty clothes, scratches on her arms. She bought a sandwich. Asked to use the bathroom. Never made eye contact. The clerk noticed the backpack and the nervous energy. Moments later, police surrounded the building. She came out of the bathroom and froze. 4 officers, guns drawn, shouting her name. She didn't run, didn't scream, just dropped the backpack and raised her hands. One officer said her eyes were blank, like she already knew her life was over. She was placed in handcuffs, gently, like they were still trying to understand what they were seeing. A child, in a hoodie 2 sizes too big, blood on her socks. Tears in her eyes, but no words. She didn't speak, not even once. Griffin County Courthouse. The doors opened at 9 a.m. And inside sat a 17-year-old girl, dressed in a beige jumpsuit, hands cuffed in front of her, hair tied loosely behind her head. It was the first time the town saw her since the murders. Reporters stood in the back. The courtroom was packed. Neighbors, teachers, church members. Everyone was there. Everyone except her family. Sharon and Marcus were gone, buried 2 weeks earlier. Savannah was not allowed to attend. Her little sister, living with relatives, too young to understand. The judge read the charges. 2 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of cruelty to a child, and 1 count of tampering with evidence. Savannah looked down. Not a single tear, not a word. The prosecutor called her actions premeditated and remorseless. The defense claimed years of emotional abuse, claimed neglect, claimed trauma. A psychologist was called to the stand. She spoke gently, slowly, choosing her words like fragile glass. She said Savannah showed signs of depression, anxiety, detachment from reality, that she lived in what professionals call a quiet household of pain. Her report ended with one sentence: she never learned how to ask for help.